If you enjoy the stories I share, consider subscribing. It truly helps me keep going. Thank you for your support. Now, here's today's story. He drove the final nail into the frame of what was once meant to be our forever home. But it wasn't ours anymore. It was his. And I stood there, hidden by trees, watching like a shadow lingering over the life I shattered. He never looked up. Not once. He just kept working, focused, calm, and without me, he was moving on, starting over. And I was nothing more than a memory. It hadn't always been this way. For a long time, I believed we were unshakable. I met Ian when I was 25, full of dreams and caffeine, just out of grad school and eager to take on the world. He was quiet, reserved, the kind of man who chose his words carefully and made you feel heard when he did speak. His calm pulled me in. No games, no showy gestures, just a steady, sincere kind of love I didn't realize I was starving for. After years of dating men who treated me like I was optional, Ian felt like home. Within 6 months, we moved in together. Everyone said it was too fast, but it didn't feel fast to us. It felt right. He ran a small renovation business with his best friend, came home each night smelling like cedar and fresh soap, sawdust still in his hair. I worked in digital marketing, fast-paced, competitive, always connected. He grounded me. I fueled him. We were building something together, literally. We bought a quiet plot of land outside the city, and Ian began building our dream home from the ground up. Every nail, every board, every corner of it. The first time he showed me the rough sketch he'd scribbled on a napkin, I cried. "This is for us," he whispered. It was beautiful. But eventually, I started craving something else. Not because Ian lacked anything, he didn't, but because the life we were making was slow, stable, and I wanted more. My career began to explode. I got promoted to management at a major agency, started working with high-profile clients, flying across the country, getting noticed. I changed. New friends, new style, new conversations that revolved around power and success. That's when I met Marcus. Confident, magnetic, unpredictable. He was everything Ian wasn't. Marcus didn't build homes. He bought and sold them like toys. And when he looked at me, I felt like a prize. I told myself it was innocent, just flirting, an escape. Ian was the love of my life. I believed that. He was at home every night, sanding the staircase, shaping our future. I told myself I just needed to feel visible. But then came the night everything changed. A few drinks, a networking event, a ride offer, a hotel bar, and finally, a hotel room. I barely remember the details, just the scent of Marcus's cologne and the sickening wave of regret that hit me before it was even over. I told myself it would never happen again. I went home and sobbed under the scalding water of the shower. Ian thought it was work stress. He held me and whispered, "It's okay, I've got you." But it wasn't the last time. The affair didn't end. It turned into a cycle I couldn't break. One more meeting, one more lie, one more rush. I kept telling myself I'd stop, that I'd come clean before the wedding, that once the house was done, I'd be honest. But Ian found out first. It was a random Tuesday. I remember because he usually stayed late on Tuesdays. But this time, he walked in early, just as I was ending a call with Marcus. He didn't say anything at first, just stood in the hallway, holding his phone, eyes hollow. He had read the messages. All of them. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just looked at me like I was someone he didn't recognize. "I was building a life for us," he said quietly, "and you were burning it down." Then he left. No luggage. No goodbye. Just silence. 2 weeks passed before I heard anything. A letter from a lawyer. He wasn't suing me, just removing my name from everything. The property was legally his. I had signed off. I had no rights, and he made sure I knew it. I tried calling, messaging, showing up where he worked. He wouldn't speak to me. His business partner turned me away every time. Eventually, I stopped trying. But I couldn't stop watching. I started driving out to the edge of the land, just to see him from a distance. He was always alone, started before sunrise, working through every season, slowly turning those bare bones of structure into something real. I kept waiting for someone new, to show up, another woman. But no one ever did. Just Ian and the house. I watched as he shaped every inch of it, walls, windows, even the deck. The same hands that once held me so gently were now building something far more lasting than what we'd had. Something untouched by betrayal. I lost more than him. Our shared friends disappeared too. Once they learned what I'd done, their silence was louder than any insult. My messages went unread. My phone stopped ringing. It was like I carried a stain no one wanted to be near. Eventually, I moved back to the city, rented a small apartment that echoed with loneliness. I poured myself into work, trying to feel useful again, but no success ever made the pain smaller. A year later, I heard the house was finally done, fully furnished, painted, every detail finished. Ian hosted an open house for the community. I wasn't invited, of course, but I went anyway. I stayed on the edge of the crowd, watching as people admired his work, asked questions, complimented his craftsmanship. Some asked, "Is your wife here?" He'd just smile and say, "No, it's just me." No bitterness, just quiet dignity. That night, I wrote him a letter, not asking for forgiveness, just trying to give him the apology he deserved. I admitted everything, my selfishness, my short-sightedness, my regret. I told him he had built something beautiful from the ruins I left behind. But I never sent it. I burned it because I realized that letter wasn't really for him. It was for me. Watching him rebuild, I understood something I hadn't before. Love isn't measured in passion or drama. It's in the daily choice, the commitment through quiet, the loyalty in the mundane. I didn't choose him when it counted. And in return, he let me see what that choice cost. He didn't seek revenge. He didn't destroy me in return. He just kept building, without me. And in doing so, he showed me a strength I never deserved, but deeply admired.